Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I do want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem HaKadosh, the Barnes of the Apostles, and those great millstone, for teachers its true peace and blessings to the whole like of Israel. Yahweh is the name of then from the Hebrew, Ba'Hashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on the lesson, I see within the title, a great humbling is coming to you women. And really, speaking of you wicked and, rebellious women. So I got this quick video that I came across, thought to make a lesson, out of it. Because I see a lot of these women, especially, base their reactions, purely, off of emotion. Which, as you get throughout the scripture, these women are, the weaker vessel. And you'll have people, hear us say these things and call us misogynistic and all these, various things, when there is an order to these things. As you get in the scriptures, how, the head of, the woman is the man. The head of the man is Hamashiach, is Yahweh Shai. And then of Yahweh Shai, is the Heavenly Father. So there is an established order. And you see, in today's society, that is pretty much, done away with. As these women are put on a pedestal, are pretty much put above the man in today's society, wearing the pants, per se. You see within a lot of these, comedic type shows, sitcoms, where they always make the man to be, stupid and dumb, just sitting on, the recliner, or the case may be. And the woman pretty much running the show. So it's all out of whack, out of order. Especially going to this particular video where you have this woman, which is an Israelite woman at that, holding a heater, a gun, and pointing at this Edomite dude, and you're going to see what transpires. I'll just read it off. Black woman pulls a gun, points it point blank at the guy's face. He disarms her clean, knocks her out cold, then unloads the mag like it's paperwork. So you women are going to be humbled. Those that are wanting to push that they don't need a man, they despise the man, that the man's not needed. And I always like to bring up a point when I go into this particular type of topic, dealing with Isaiah 32, woe unto women that are at ease. Great trouble and great peril is coming their way. So we'll see what this pepper spray and pink little Glock is going to do for you when troops come rolling down to your hood, kicking down your door, when you have all hell breaking loose, chaos erupting, and you have people doing things that they want to do. It's going to get wicked. But I'm going to play this real quick and get a couple of these scriptures. I just had this refreshed right here, so it restarts the video from scratch. So
I don't play with a motherfucking man. A man is not gonna play with me. You gonna play with me, bitch. You gonna play with me, bitch.
Hey, there you go. She's calling out the man once again. I didn't even catch that on the first watch. Because once in today's society, they think they're on top. They're untouchable. And when things actually go down, when things actually happen, they're the victim. Now, these women will be humbled.
I don't play with a motherfucking man. A man is not gonna play with me. You gonna play with me, bitch. 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 You gonna play with me, bitch, now. Now, cause one thing about it, I don't play with no mother. Don't touch me.
A light work. But let's get into a couple of these scriptures. And that'll be the points. Isaiah 32 and 9 through 11, which is really one of the main points, says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Hey, she was pretty much showing mercy right there. He could have turned the gun onto her, popped her, But she was cleanly disarmed. You see how smooth he did that. So what makes you think you're able to, what I'm looking for? Because these women will soon find out that they're not on top of, the food chain, or, pecking order, for lack of better terms. And especially think they're able to, defend themselves. You get in this group is for a reason, why the man's gonna be the hedge, the safe spot, pretty much. As you also get Isaiah 4:1. It says, many days and you should be troubled, because one for the venture shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you, make you burn, or sackled upon your lawrence way. They're gonna be faced with a jam, a pickle. And as you're seeing nowadays, especially, the man's begin to put their foot down, getting sick and tired of these wicked, rebellious women out here that continue to, act out of place, out of order. That's why you have this thing called, passport bros, where you have a lot of these, jakes, especially many of our people, traveling to these various, different parts of the world and taking up a woman. So you see, a lot of these men are not wanting to deal with the Babylonian mindset, that these women walk in, which is pure rebellion. This is 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Further going to that established order. And you see, if she knew order, she wouldn't be in this proposition. She clearly doesn't have a man. And you see what transpired, what took place. She got knocked clean out. And she clearly thinks, she's above the man, as you saw within that video. But reality struck. Let's get a couple more scriptures. Proverbs 9:13. It says, a foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple and knoweth nothing. NLT, the woman named Folly is brash, she is ignorant and doesn't know it. See how proud, she was, just because she had, the heater, in her hand. Well, what's that especially going to do for you in these last days? It for sure ain't going to deliver you. The Lord can make it to where that gun malfunctions, and just speaking about that in general. But, especially just going to the women and how they think that everything will be all fine and dandy, that they're going to protect and deliver themselves. Well, we'll see about that. They want to be, Miss Independent, strong, all these various things. But yet, as you clearly see in various videos and situations, all that is thrown out the window when actually things go down. But as you women love to say, keep that same energy. But one of the main points going to that pride, crumbling, coming to a halting stop. She thought she was tough stuff right there, you clearly seen. But she got put in her place. Proverbs 20:23, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. And you see these women, especially dealing with the Israelite women, love to run their trap. That's why you see in various situations they, end up, in a situation where, obviously things go bad, as you can see in various, situations, especially where they involve their man. Now their man has to step up and defend them, and you see how most cases, end up with that. The man ends up getting taken out, severely injured, because you want to run your mouth. But also just, wise thing, in general, for both man and woman is to mind your business, keep your mouth shut. Especially nowadays, saying, one wrong thing can put you in the dirt. Proverbs 21:23, so who will keep his mouth and his tongue keeps his soul from troubles. Even with the heater, she's running her mouth. Proverbs 15:1 says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. And these women are more prone to emotion, acting off of emotion. As you've clearly seen within that situation right there, that's just one example. That could have ended terribly for her. This is Proverbs 17:28. It says, even a fool when he holdeth his peace is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. So a wise thing to hold your tongue. You get in the scriptures, how this book was written for our learning, for our understanding. We've been given this truth for a reason. Proverbs 18:21, because she clearly could have avoided that situation, which I don't know the full exact story. But you saw she wanted to be, tough stuff. Tough crap. Proverbs 18:21, death and life are on the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. I believe Proverbs 1 is also another good example. Shall eat of the fruit of your own devices, roughly paraphrasing. Or you also have that saying, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. This is Proverbs 16:18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And she came crumbling down. Knocked out cold, sleeping on the cold concrete. And that's just, one example of what's coming to you, wicked, rebellious women. As with Isaiah 32, going to war to women that are at ease. Because great trouble is coming their way. And rightfully so. You see just how out of order and how rebellious they act today. You see this image that's being formed and pushed onto the man that he's useless, not needed. We'll see about that. Especially when all hell's breaking loose, when chaos is erupting, when you have women getting taken out here, because of what you're going to see. Purge-like times. When we don't have, police respond to calls and all these various things, people are going to be taking advantage of that and doing things that they want to do. So see what this, pepper spray you have in your mini purse, as well as peak little Glock does for you. You clearly saw one example right here within this video. But that's the point right there. Lord, I tie these points together, best of my ability to edify, just something quick and to the point. Doing close out, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shabbat, Shalom, and Shalom.